So pretty safe assumption that Nature's Prophet will be a support at this point. Let's say like in mid still, but like highly unlikely. Probably be that position by support. Tusk as well. But yeah,
Yeah,
Mag Troll.
unless DM runs a mid Magnus. You said he plays some kind of funky heroes, so
Um,
I don't
yeah,
know if that's something that he would do. But yeah, most likely going to be an offlane mag.
it's yeah. The thing is, if you do that though, again, his kind of role in the game changes a little bit, and he's not necessarily as much of that empower bot that he is. And it feels like that's what he really is picked up for this game is empower the troll, follow him around, let him farm with it, and also make sure he has it going into engagements. So I would lean towards offlane, but yeah, DM it does have some fairly unique mid heroes, so maybe one to come. But come on, fourth pick. Again, depends where the Bat Rider is going to end up. Probably see another Cinderin Coddle, though. And Bat Rider was position 4 please last game playing it. Who is that, by the way?
I'm not sure.
Kaban. Is that Biver? He is on the roster as their position 4 player.
Biver?
Yeah. I'd believe it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Former Han dude.
All right, so Kaban going back to their exact same draft so far, 4 for 4 in the heroes.
Wow, you're right. Who they had what it was.
The Pango was the last one, which is banned out this time.
Okay. Like the bristle again, and I guess right now it is pretty good in that it's going to be annoying with sprouts and ice shards, so the movement of bristleback will be disrupted quite a bit. But they do not have heavy magic damage, which bristles. That's one of his banes, I guess you could say. Bane's pretty good against him too. Speaking of that. Silver Edge could be a candidate on Troll.
Troll is definitely a pretty natural Silver Edge builder.
I don't know. I want to say natural lightly, at least. I don't see many Shadow Blades on Troll, it feels like. But with the Empower buff, I could see him like... He'll probably at least get a Yasha. I would probably see more of like an SNY build on him and then maybe into a Shadow Blade Silver Edge, but it won't be early, though. So final picks. Vega Squadron, they neither... Again, I go back to, I assume they're mid-hero. That's a laundry ban. Yeah, Viper was banned last time here by Kaban, and again, it is great against Bristleback. You bring that natural break. And so it is going to be banned.
Leshrac. Interesting. Saw Secret run this a lot. Zai had a huge amount of success on this hero.
I do remember that.
It sort of solves their tower pushing woes from last game, which is nice. That was definitely one part where they lacked being able to actually end the game despite having the massive CK. I mean, presumably it will be a mid-lesh.
Is Huskar good? No. Ooh, okay.
Whoa, okay.
So
Nature's Prophet?
I think a mid-Nature's Prophet.
Oh, yeah, that also could work.
Against the Leshrac. And then just have Magnus offlane would be my guess. But yeah, those get interchanged for sure. So they like the Phoenix, though. Is it good here? I guess they don't have the greatest A-kitting. Chaos Knight. Okay, it is K2. Yeah, you were right to go with that assumption early. How about that?
That's cool. I like Mag in the core role. I've always been a huge fan. Limp and Chessie playing Mag. They both played mid Mag a lot. It kind of feels like the support Mag and the offlane Mag, the empower spamming, just following your core around has been nerfed to the point where it's almost not worth it. So having a secondary tool to deal with the Chaos Knight, and I mean Mag he's just super tanky. He's going to do fine against Lesh and lane, spam out the wave. And mid is also one of those lanes now where half the meta is basically just to push the wave really quickly and then go farm the medium jungle camp and then the hard camp if you have enough time and come back. And you can just get super, super farmed and way far ahead of everybody else in the game if you just do that over and over.
Mm-hmm.
And Mag fits into that role pretty well too.
Yeah. Again, I'm just a little concerned that he's not going to... I mean, he still will be applying the power buff, of course, throughout the game, but I'm also wondering in the matchup, too, against Leshrac. I suppose Nature's Prophet wouldn't have been great either, considering the Treants probably would have been killed off consistently if he was to go mid, so there's that. Take a look at the odds, by the way. Whew, talk about a reversal. Kaban is actually favored as the draft finishes. 1xbet.com. You can head on over, place at bet on the odds if you like them. But do you agree with that? Do you think Kaban is a favorite going into Game 3?
I'd say it's pretty even. I mean, regardless of the draft, I think these teams look pretty evenly matched. And then with these drafts, I think that both teams have much better drafts in terms of being well-rounded. They both can hit towers. They both can end the game. They both can team fight. And they both have relatively good early and late games. So I think this is going to be a really good game. And it looks like they're actually putting DM on the Mag in the safe lane right now, trying to get him off to a good start and also deal with being harassed out by the Bristleback. He can just kind of spam the wave and farm the jungle and not be pressured so heavily. In response, though, Kaban has DK towards the top lane, although we're not sure if he's actually going to end up there or not.
Yeah. So obviously some possible movement, but this kind of goes back to my point and how I don't think either is really the best into the Leshrac matchup. But from the looks of it now, Keizu likely going to end up mid to go up against Leshrac. But again, go back to the Treants, the Lightning Storm spam is probably going to be annoying. But melee hero into a Leshrac is also pretty brutal.
Yeah, I mean, they'll most likely just kind of trade farm. Nature's Prophet has really good base damage. He can use the Treants to kind of create a little wall, meat shield between him and the Lesh to some extent, and punish Leshrac for free, essentially.
Bristleback, he's running all the way to the bottom lane as they kind of realize what's going on. They see DM at top. Well, DM's over to the shop now, so I wonder if he's going to try to TP here. He's kind of just chilling there for the time being.
Stick.
Okay.
Anticipating the Bristleback lane, so we may see some lane movement, but at the moment it's more important that Troll has a good game. So if he's in a tri-lane and they're able to find some kills on this Bat Rider or the Bristleback early on, it may not switch, but if it does start to turn towards favor Kaban in this bottom lane, I'm sure that we'll probably see Madara move to the top.
Well, for now, Skitter is going to enjoy some free farm, similar to he had last game. And we saw what happened as a result of that, so no doubt Vega Squadron will want to keep a closer eye on it. DK Phobos bottom lane, the tag team, man. Usually, you're so used to seeing Bristleback being so tanky, but only level 1, only has the quills. Doesn't have that back-turned ability passive yet, so easy kill in the end for Vega Squadron. Tag team pretty good for that.
Yeah, and Troll, one of the hardest heroes for melee heroes to play against in lane. You just, the blind, the slow, the range, or the melee form, it feels like he kind of just does everything.
Take a look at the mid matchup. 7-2 Leshrac versus a 6-3 Nature's Prophet. So it's fairly even right there so far. And yeah, Phobos at least hits level 2. So again, the back being turned will have some effect now. But still going to have that issue as they're mentioning with the Troll that he's up against there. And they're still leaving Magnus solo. He's only got the 1 creep kill so far.
Yeah, he's getting owned. 9 denies already. 8 denies.
He might just turn into the Empower bot as bottom lane. Bat Rider He's picked off. They just collapse S3 on him. DK Phobos, whirling axes. Throw him from the range for him, slowing things down. Icarus dive forward. Phobos, though, he'll be fine. Another TP coming in for Batrider, as Coddle also joined the party. Coop dragging the creep wave, as Pexu's going another direction with his. Both will make it out, but Coddle got a nice early start for CK up at the top lane, and now he's transitioned to make it more of a try versus try lane at this point.
Yeah, and we may see Madara move to the top here. That being said, I think that's a good move by Vega because they are able to get 9 a little bit of space on the mag by drawing those supports to the bottom lane. He desperately needs that to be able to catch back up a little bit here with the CK. 15 and 11, completely destroying that top lane.
Yeah. So DM feeling a little bit more comfortable now getting some CS in there, but still with the early lead of CK is tough. As keep an eye on this middle lane matchup, and again, also have to keep in mind the Treants being killed, probably part of the CS score for Leshrac, but 15-2 versus 14-10. I guess you could also say denies from Keizu on his own Treants is possible as well.
Yeah, he also just has like an almost 20 base damage advantage right now. So it's one of the things about Nature's Prophet is that his trading in lane and his last hitting is really strong. Still
have another minute plus before the bounty runes spawn. Just Phoenix in the area, checking it out. You see that turn rate with the sticky napalm applied, always funny. So slow, so sticky, but wears off there. Madara running after the Batrider. Eventually just too far though. Coop, he gets a nice shard block here. Cinnamon trapped in. The Firefly over the edge though from Batrider. So Cinnamon's going to fall to this. They might turn kill on a Tusk at least. It looks like he is going down. It comes the blind though. So DK Phobos having to deal with that, but his quill spams don't care.
5 stacks too. The sticky napalm.
Madara, he's going to be out of range of the quills. And he'll be good. Of course, I'm sure he's got his own stick, and you're dealing with a bristleback. Oh, you got Leshrac as well, another hero where that'll add up quickly. I guess Batrider, yeah, you're going to have some high-value sticks this game. And some wands.
Everybody needs a wand in this bottom lane as soon as possible.
Three to 1 lead for Vega Squadron right now. Ooh, Dire Courier gets picked off there. A little bit of miss micro. Skitter just simply attacks it and kills it. Up at the top.
That's not good.
No, bounty runes. They're spawning this. Again, we have the action. Position 4, please, a.k.a. Biver. Batrider's trying to run away. Cannot get away, though, with the Firefly. The auto attack finishes the top from Madara, but it comes at a cost so far for Phoenix. He dies 1 for 1. Madara's able to pick up the bounty rune, but Coop, I don't know if he's getting out. He has a snowball. He'll use it over to the creep wave.
Yeah, big stick, too.
So he is good.
Should be fine. Yeah, I'm a little worried about this CK, to be honest. The last hitting discrepancy, and if you look at the troll too, he's stuck in this tri lane, and yeah, they've gotten some kills, but he only has 20 CS at the moment. Skitter is nearly done with his Midas already.
The odds staying very similar, as you can see. Still favoring Kaban. What they're looking at, 1xbet.com. Check out the website. And enter set of wages there if you like them. DK Phobos, bottom lane. Easy collapse onto him. He got too comfortable. Pushed far up. And they just simply turn their attention. Again, that tag team still does some pretty good damage with Tusk. So overstep there from Mr. Bristleback. Wrath of Nature was also used, so I'm sure part of it. Oh, Pexu. Okay, well, he's just kiting the Batrider to his death, apparently. Nice shard block. Oh, the auto attack. It connects, but he needs one more on him. He's going to keep them busy. Goes for the TP play. Do they see him? They whirling axes? No, the auto attack doesn't connect in time. Oh, makes it out. Nice distraction there. Going to pop a shrine, though. Pretty natural transition. How's Leshrac building? He's going to go the Yules option. Of course, very good setup for his own stun. Just naturally a good item. Build on him, too.
Yeah, it'll help him avoid stuff like the snowball as well. Could potentially Yules the troll when he ults.
Force Staff is really good this game. I mentioned that last game even, but too. You're doing Shard, Sprout, getting away from the Phoenix egg if need be. Like, Something to think about, but middle lane, pretty chaotic here. They get the kill on a Coop, 9. He's not going to be able to run away, though. He just simply burns down between Nature's Prophet and especially Phoenix. So they make it a 1-for-1, definitely favoring Vega Squadron.
Yeah, happy to take out the highest net worth hero. Not the highest net worth, never mind. That would be the CK, but the mid laner, at the very least.
Let me turn up the sounds, guys. There we go. But yeah, CK, no doubt he's the highest. We're not looking at the net worth yet, but I would safely assume that with how he's farming up there, the free farm, the mind is finished. Just like last game, and we saw what happened. It's definitely a different game in terms of what he's up against, but I go back to it. So I don't know if, I guess the Empower is the big thing, but still.
Yeah, but is it? I mean, yeah. It's like there was a Kunkka in the last game as well, and you really feel the impact of the cleave. Or the Radiance, for that matter. It does feel like a very similar game, to be honest.
Oh, Magnus is dead. This also is another issue, too, for Vega Squadron. Magnus, again, he's struggling. It's a death on him up there. So, sure, again, the Empower he'll still be able to consistently apply, but don't expect much out of him more than that when it comes to this game.
Definitely not looking to scale into that, you know, core Magnus, damage dealing Magnus, going for the arcane boots, and likely we'll just transition into, you know, full utility. Yeah, essentially an offlane mag.
I know Kyle really has stressed this point a lot lately with the Nature's Prophet pick and how they build. We see some Nature's Prophets going these heavy auras, things like the Vlads, you know, Crimson Guard, whatever. Get back to that in a second as Cinderin gets pulled back in. Shockwave, the attack team damage, the Sunray. They really want this kill, and they're going to barely get it at the outstretch there of the Sunray. Again, 3 heroes though committed to killing the Coddle there. But that means if he goes that, you know, his split push presence does go down a bit instead of, say, the, you know, the Silver Edge, the Mjolnir, things like that. The very aggressive, I'm going to constantly split push, and he also deals some good damage throughout these fights. Point being, Kyle specifically said he prefers to see that, it seems like. For the
split pushing.
The split push and the damage, the right click, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this game it's pretty tough because it does feel like, again, Kaban can hit this timing where CK is just too tanky and Bristleback's too tanky, and they can just kind of roll down the lanes. And Prophet, not necessarily one of the best team fighting heroes in Dota. He's more one of those pick-off style cores.
Battle transport for this, but Phobos, this is Bristleback, ladies and gentlemen. What are you doing? Madara's going to live, but 3 heroes go down on their side. Madara wants to go on Kada's going to get it, but at what cost for him? The Sprout block helping somewhat. Chaos Knight pulls him in. He's not able to do enough damage, though. Look at the block here from Casey, so he's helping go over the turn kill. Madara, he's just holding his ground. Kind of had to, and Chaos Knight's going to fall. It's an ultra kill for Troll Warlord. Okay, that ended up working out pretty well for him. Double damage on the Nature's Prophet, as mentioned, too, and one more auto attack. He cannot get it off, though. The sticky napalm applied, and the Wrath of Nature is not enough damage either. Batrider manages to survive. Now Tusk is even here. Whoa, he is committing deep for this. He really wants the kill. He'll get it with the tag team. Now he's in this awkward spot, though, as he's going to be heavily collapsed on it with no snowball or anything. He's probably going to get picked off here in the end.
Space?
I guess. I mean, that was, yeah, the fight started like with the Bristleback tanking all that damage and the Bristleback's procs. Thought for sure that was going to be favoring Kaban, but an ultra kill for Troll, you'll take it if you're Vega, I suppose.
Yeah, absolutely. Troll needs all the acceleration he can get at this point, and we see him kind of making his way towards the Magnus, trying to link up there, take advantage of that Empower for the first time this game. It did buy DM a decent amount of space. Actually, he was there, he used the RP, but now has spent a little bit more time in the top lane, so he's working his way towards the Blink Dagger. Still a ways off.
Yeah, but seeing Troll nearly 6,000. What did you say Troll's going for?
He's going for S and Y, actually, as a first item. And then we'll see from there.
Yeah. Whenever you have the Empower buff, it feels like that's kind of the build that they usually like to go. It's that nice medium of you have the farming tool with Empower, so why not go this heavy stat-based build? Status resistance always going to be decent, too. Yeah,
status resistance is really good against the Lesh, the CK, and the Lasso as well from Batrider.
So Nature's Prophet is going the Orchid. Okay.
I think that's actually why we've been seeing actually quite a few trolls go just like S and Y directly into Satanic, or like one farming item directly into Satanic as well. Just the sash resistance. If you can just get off your ult in a fight, you're usually pretty good. It's basically like having an Aegis, because the lifesteal that it provides you.
Yeah. Magnus working on a blink. We saw the arcane boots. So again, DM really is just, he's absolutely going to be more of this utility Magnus this game. Speaking of auras, especially with Nature's Prophet going more the right click with the Orchid build, you'd assume that we'll see those eventually on Magnus as well. But for now, wants the initiation.
Yeah, and I wonder if they were planning this to happen from the beginning, or whether they're adapting and KZ is deciding to go for right click because Mag had such a bad early game. But regardless, it's a good kind of communication adaptation. Making sure they have all their bases covered.
Leshrac, he's thinking about going the Bloodstone. It's not an item we really see a lot nowadays. I mean, obviously there's a couple of heroes, Timbersaw, Storm Spirit. Leshrac is one of them.
Yeah, it is super good on Lesh because he wants to be tanky.
Okay.
The trading HP or trading mana for HP mechanic of the Bloodstone is quite good on Lesh, although it does deplete his mana pool pretty heavily for the Pulse Nova.
If he wants to be tanky though, why not something like a Shiva's? Or is it too early?
I think you need the HP pool first to take advantage of the armor. Because if you just put, 15 armor on 1,000 HP pool, you can still get bursted pretty easily. But if you put that on like a 2,000 or 2,500 HP pool, it just really kind of exponentially increases how good the armor is.
Yeah. That's fair. Probably see it eventually. Maybe even after the Bloodstone. Cinderin. Alright. He was just pushing top, I suppose. Gets caught, though. As there's the bots finished on Batrider. Saw the same thing last game. Bots into the drums. I'm sure it'll be the same here. And he's scouting in the area. Being pinged out by Vega. They know he's here. They do have vision. So they're very aware that Batrider's kind of chilling for now.
Vega. DM, he's very close to that Blink Dagger. Does not want to die here.
It's 15-minute battery. They saw him this whole time. He knew the Batrider was there. Keizu, meanwhile, going to be dealing with Skitter up at the top lane, but Magnus goes down. I don't know what that was about, DM. He's just dead. 30 seconds. He's out for Skitter. Eventually falls back. He popped Phantasm, but could not chase after the Nature's Prophet. So they get the bounty runes. That was pure greed. I mean, he just wanted that 15-minute bounty rune, but it was clearly a bad spot to be in.
Yeah, delaying that Blink Dagger just a little bit more.
He might have been... Sorry.
Yeah, that was weird. I mean...
Well, again, I couldn't check the observation, so I don't know if he actually couldn't see the Batrider because he was hiding just barely, but there was 100% a ward there from Vega.
Yeah. Yes.
But either way. Gets killed. Batrider, ooh, he makes it out. Close call. As Nature's Prophet, 2,200 gold saved up, so that Orchid just around the corner now, but Nine's running after him. He's going to try to catch him. He has the Eels. There's the Sprout. He's going to try to hit a random stun. Misses. Can he Eels him in time? No. He goes south. Keizu went north.
That's funny. The trees on this map look so much smaller.
They do.
They don't hide stuff nearly as well.
Yeah. I personally, as Coop is going to get caught here, I'm always just a fan of using default for one, especially observing, because, yeah, it's some funky stuff going on. It's hard to touch on sometimes, but even as playing, it's just, I get it. There are some cool ones, and it's a cool theme, but we'll see if we get them to change it or not. Who knows?
Yeah, should be an Aegis for this troll. He's got double damage. Dara.
Right.
Hard farming yet again.
Yeah, they lost a hero, they lost a tower, but I think it's worth it. That's Troll getting an Aegis. He has the Empower buff, of course, and he is going to go right into a BKBS. Oh, they catch Bat. That's a dead Batrider.
Yep, double damage doing work. Pexu's Phoenix is getting pretty close to a Midas, and I actually really like the Midas on Phoenix here because there's very few tools to deal with this egg. Actually, I think the egg could be really impactful in these fights, and so having higher levels in it and getting to those upper talents for the Phoenix could be a really big deal and game changer, in fact.
Egg's also kind of an interesting response to Will-O-Wisp.
Yeah, definitely.
It's one of those. It's like the whole black hole versus Ravage idea, where it's like both are going to be kind of holding maybe for the other, the positioning of them. But yeah, I can see Phoenix just as soon as the Will-O-Wisp goes down, he goes into the Will-O-Wisp itself and pops Supernova, because then the Kaban's having to choose, do they kill the heroes that are in the Will-O-Wisp, or they focus the egg, they run away. It's going to just create some chaos throughout the fights.
Yep, and then it's also going to allow Pexu to go into Eva's with that extra gold, which is obviously very good against CK.
CK, that heart is next in line. The odds again staying very similar. Still favoring Kaban. 3,000 net worth leading game. 1xbet.com. Head over and put the wagers in there.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Magnus was able to finish the blink finally, so they have a nice combo of egg with RP on top of it to defend it.
Yeah, we haven't seen an RP yet, have we? From Magnus.
There's that one in the bottom lane that went pretty well with the troll ultra kill, but that's about it. DM has pretty much just been in recovery mode since that horrific laning stage that he had.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
There's the drums coming for Bat Rider. 2,000 net worth lead for Kaban, so it still slightly stays in their favor as far as overall goes, but it's feeling like Vega Squadron's hitting a nice power point as BKB just purchased by Troll.
Yeah, it's a big deal right there. That is going to allow them to potentially take a fight, although it's still pretty scary to fight into the CK. But if they can take a fight before he has heart, that might be a good opportunity for them to kind of break the game wide open. It definitely feels like the pace of the game has slowed down significantly.
Yeah, it's one of those items like, okay, you got the BKB now. Are they going to actively look for fights or going to sit on it? It seems like it's the first option. They are going to actively look. In fact, they find 9. That's a big target. The Yule's on out. Madara still hasn't used the BKB yet. He's going to save it. No, he finally pops it as out comes a Will-O-Wisp. It forces him to, if anything, but he gets the kill onto the Leshrac. The Will-O-Wisp killed off of the backlines, but are they going too deep for this? Nice job of the RP. Hits for, oh my god, the cleave of the Empower. Got the quick kill. Buybacks galore, though, on 3 heroes that were dead. Madara, he did pop Battle Trance for this, by the way, and now he's in trouble.
Might be a little too deep now.
Does he have the Aegis still? I believe so. Yeah, it is going to be
really
popped.
matter.
But he is too deep.
Twice.
Pops rolling axes. That's just going to delay the inevitable, though.
Oh,
yeah,
this is the stun.
That's the thing with Battle Trance sometimes. It's like, it feels good to use, but also it's like, okay, now I want to stop. And then you can't.
Yeah.
Keeps going, and a little too far there. So,
sometimes it's not a good idea to let Troll take the wheel.
Yeah. Just takes over that menacing side of him. And that was, again, a solid RP. Got the 2-man RP, and you saw the cleave down with the Empower. It is fantastic, but Battle Trance chased a little too far. That's now a Tier 2 tower kill in response from Kaban. They did use 3 buybacks, so let's keep that in mind.
Yeah, that is a pretty big deal, especially the Leshrac buyback, as he is still trying to finish up that Bloodstone. It's going to be a pretty late Bloodstone. Still, it was sort of reminiscent of last game with Madara just overextending into the buybacks, getting punished for it by the CK. But this is a CK that is not, 10k net worth ahead of everybody else like he was last game. So not really feeling quite the same impact from Skitter this time.
Cinderon's going to keep pushing out the top lane. Saw him die there earlier, but not going to deter him. As, okay, there is the Vlad's purchase on Magnus, so as expected, being much more of that utility. Bloodstone also finished on Leshrac, though. Just coming off of that buyback, so I suppose it's good that he didn't have it as he died there. Now he's got the 14 base charges. Yeah, definitely would want some kills.
Dying back with a Bloodstone.
Would not be good.
Silver Edge is being closed in on by Kezu, which could be a pretty big deal against the Bristleback, allowing them to cut through him a little bit easier. Even removing the crit from the CK could be a pretty impactful in fights.
Yeah, no, Bristleback absolutely the key target, but if you just so happen to use it on CK, not the end of the world. I'm also looking at the vision here of Vega Squadron. Look how deep they have some of their wards in that middle to bottom lane area. As Coop, they're rotating with the smoke. Unable to find anyone though, and they'll settle for a tier 1 tower kill instead, which is fine. Troll's going to Satanic, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
For the BKB.
Stacking the status resistance.
Oh, true, yeah. That's a way to look at it. And he has the Empower buff, so he's not concerned about the farming or even some damage lacking. Middle lane. Are we going to see that break come into play? No? Well, he doesn't have it yet, I suppose, but...
No.
The way Orchid's applied, but without the break,
pretty questionable.
Yeah.
For this.
Crimson Guard, Solar Crest, and oh, by the way, he's Bristleback.
Right.
Good luck.
Yeah, Troll just tickling him right now.
So yeah, it feels like they probably do need that Silver Edge before they're going to be extra confident as far as taking fights. I guess the Satanic as well. Another Roshan is going to be spawning here in the near future. We'll know shortly how fast it's going to be. About another 10 seconds here. As Blink purchased by Tusk. Got his initiation now. If CK, his own Blink Dagger, he has queued up, as does Batrider, so we're going to see several of those coming in. Oh, bottom lane, Keizu, he's caught. Although there's Supernova. They just don't care, though. They're running after Keizu. They lasso him. They drag him away from the egg. I guess that's one way to do it. And Keizu is going to be picked off. Sunray unable to heal on Pexu. Go for the TP play. Awkward. He did the TP trick, yet he couldn't stop, and he goes right back into them. And a squawk comes out. Well, it's 2 dead.
Yeah, still pretty even. Only 1k net worth lead for Kaban. He's Midas is looking to pay pretty big dividends this game, as this one feels like it could go on for quite some time.
Do they have multiple? It's just on CK, I thought.
Yeah, I mean, there's just one on the Phoenix as well.
Oh, on the other side, okay.
Yep.
Probably favors the CK a little more. Although, again, it's they'll allow Phoenix to maybe get like a Frostfield, or wow, Shivas. That was a flashback there. Bots picked up on Leshrac. Even more mobility, more speed, momentum.
Violence.
Don't do it. Don't do it! I was waiting, though.
You set me up. You asked.
I did. I know. Just happens sometimes. It's just so catchy. Guess that's the point. Bristol's going to have a Lotus Orb.
Yeah, be nice against
Orchid.
The Orchid, the Phoenix slow. Well, attack slow.
Can you dispel the break effect? I don't know how that works. I don't think you can.
I don't remember.
Yeah. But if that is a thing, then actually that's huge value then. Oh, DM, he gets pulled in, lasts it up, he has an RP, can he maybe skewer it? He's just turning so slowly, though, he gets taken out. Supernova comes out in the backlands, though, from Pexu. You see Midara beating down Skitter with a Shrine Pop, goes for the Phantasm. Nice job, he avoids the stun. He is going to be rooted up, though, by Midara. Pops his Battle Trance. Skitter, though, he's going for the TP. Skitter just says, hey, yes, get out of here, but no, it's not going to happen. He gets stopping. Skitter goes down on the Chaos Knight. He has a buyback. Magnus spot back. Remember, he still has the RPs. He's making his way back in, though, but with the kill on Nature's Prophet in Phoenix, it's Kaban's turn now to chase. So they invested a lot of resources to kill that Chaos Knight, and clearly Kaban was still fine with it. Oh, Leshrac using his Bloodstone in the fight, too. He's focused on the CK there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Leshrac just put out a huge amount of damage. He kind of won that fight for them, or at least kept it even, turned it around. That being said, the CK, the Phoenix, one thing that we did kind of overlook was the Phoenix Sunray being incredibly good against heroes like CK and Bristleback, who have very high HP pools. And we saw it right there. CK just kind of locked down and Sunrayed to death, essentially.
Yeah, true. That's why, I mean, they did last pick the Phoenix. So they had good reason for it. This Bristle will go back to farming more and more towards that Lotus Orb. So CK waiting out the resurrection. But he's back up and good to go now. I keep looking over the net worth, and I keep seeing Kaban in the lead, but right now the top 2 are on the Dire side.
Yeah, it doesn't really feel like they have a net worth lead right now.
Yeah. Well, I know Roshan.
Rosh breaking out.
Supernova is ready, and RP. Oh, we going in a little too deep there. Gets trapped in with the Sprout. Alois Bristle back. He's in an awkward spot. Supernova off to the side. Going to zone out the team, if anything. DK Phobos, he is definitely dead. It's just a matter of time, and the time is now. So he is staying dead for 70 seconds. Although they did not want to get this out. Will-O-Wisp comes out, but there's the BKB from Madara. Choosing not to chase out. Battle Trance not going to be used yet. Again, I'm still waiting for that RP. Good spread from the Radiant team. They're waiting out the BKB, but with Will-O-Wisp used, I think you just retreat here. And that's what Kaban's going to do.
Yep, even with the BKB down on Troll, just a little bit too much to fight into the RP without Will-O-Wisp as a counter initiation tool.
Now they're pushing in the top lane with this, so yeah, Aegis and Cheese. That's Satanic on Troll Warlord. He's going to work towards a Butterfly next. This Troll is getting absolutely out of hand. You just factor in the Empower buff that he's consistently getting, of course, throughout. They're going to push the tier 3. Well, why not at this point? Bristleback's still dead for 10 more seconds. There's the jump, Madara. He's fine, though. Status resistance, you can just tell. He comes out of those stuns very quickly. And they go for the easy tier 3. Pull back in with the Reality Rift, though. Yule's on up. They want to stun this. They want to go for the follow-up. The RP in the back lazo catches 2, but the lasso, it prevented him from skewering them in. TM's going to die because of this. That was a great lasso coming out from Biver. Madara just TP's out with his BKB, though, and the rest get out for Vega Squadron. So good response there mid-fight from Kaban, but they get the tier 3 at least.
Yeah, really nice counter initiation by the Bat there. That completely saved that fight.
They're still chasing.
Oh, yeah, they found Madara.
Uh-oh. Yules. There's a stun. Get the Aegis pop, maybe. Although it's dangerous. This is why. Battle Trance. Do they have enough lockdown, though? Miss Chances coming in with the Blinding Light. Madara beating down Skitter. You see Skitter getting low. Madara's barely going to go down, though, with the Aegis pop now. Comes back up. 9. Is he too committed? He does not have blood. Plus 1 to 2 more seconds. He might be able to get it off right here. In fact, they're just going in. Madara, he is going to die. 75 seconds down. What is happening? It's turning in favor of Kaban. The chase works out. The Supernova killed off. They catch the Nature's Prophet, and Kazu's bursted down with the Reality Rift pull in. How do you capitalize now if you're Kaban? Because it's a minute that Troll's dead for.
Yeah, but none of the creep waves are anywhere near the base. Still, really good fight for Kaban. And, man, Madara just getting caught out again. Just too far away from his team. A little bit slow on the reinforcements. Losing the Aegis before anybody could really get there. And even with that Satanic, he still just gets bursted by the CK's damage with Phantasm up. And there is a Solar Crest on this Bristleback as well, which is making whoever CK goes on just get completely obliterated.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Yeah, as farmed as that Troll is, I suppose they do have some ways of dealing with him, as we've seen. Lotus Orb now picked up on Bristleback. Here's a TP from the Bat Rider to help this push. They want to at least get tier 3 themselves. They'll do just that. Double siege creep here, but with 5 seconds coming up for Troll. They are going to back off and go for the Shrine instead. Makes sense. 24 charges on that Bloodstone. Yeah, Leshrac, he is feeling very cozy right now. And that's just going to be a target that will be more and more threatening as the game picks up.
Yep, full Shiva is also complete on him as well, so he's just getting more and more tanky.
Oop. Phobos running into a bit of a trap. But with no break, again, he's just simply going to walk away, pops the Lotus Orb. Whoa, Kaiser was in the front lines. He was trying to deal with more. Pops his BKB, but now Phobos caught by him. Cinderin nearby. Will-O-Wisp is thrown down, pulls him in. RP in the backlands. There's a skewer back in, though. He's Supernova on top of that. They're trying to go for the kill. Lishrak, he avoids the Supernova stun, though, with the nice heals. They lose Bristleback, though, in the middle of a fight. He's out for 70 seconds. 90 has a Bloodstone. Can use it in time. The Sunrise melting him down. There's the Bloodstone kicking in, barely healing him up. Just enough. No. Madara's on top and secures it. Pixie heals up with his own Spirit Vessel. And that's 105 seconds Leshrek's out for. So we have a game of swings here. Once again elevated.
Yes, indeed. And both teams taking these fights on the enemy shrine without the creep waves pushed in. So having a hard time actually capitalizing on that. Although with the Leshrek dead for so long, Vega is going to be able to actually just charge down the mid lane, at least take the tier 2, potentially even take the tier 3, and then look about resetting. This troll, when he does get the BKB off with the Satanic, he is a absolute beast in these fights.
Yeah, that combo, you need a kite the best you can, or else he will just shred right through you. Now a butterfly finished. The MKB threat is really non-existent from this Radiant side, so that's a fantastic pickup, really. For
yeah,
Madara.
this troll is going to be really difficult to deal with because CK, I mean, he can go MKB, but he still desperately needs to get a BKB. Although at the same time, if we look at it, most of the disable is BKB piercing. There's the Sprout, which is, you know, a pseudo BKB piercing disable. The RP and the Phoenix Egg stun and the Walrus Punch. So actually, maybe the BKB is completely irrelevant in this game.
And a shard block from yeah, like I went to that earlier. Honestly, 4 staffs feel really good this game for Kaban, and I don't think they have a single one. And that's it's an issue.
Yeah, it definitely feels. I mean, that's one of the issues with a hero like CK is that he can be kited. That's why you go the Blink Dagger. But of course, in the middle of a fight with Phoenix Egg going off, your Blink Dagger is going to be constantly canceled. And then the defensive capability as well, very important.
Yeah.
Oh, Vega's setting up on
Oh
Skitter.
my gosh. Yeah, they are. They're going in. There's a snowball DM. Nope, he's going to be jumped first out. He actually did get in. No RP used just yet. We canceled it, I believe. Thrown up with the yields. Will-O-Wisp put down, but Madara's got the BKB. Skitter just being beat down into the freaking ground. He buys back immediately, though. So he's coming back in. The Will-O-Wisp is still doing work. DM and Cube locked in place by it. RP, though, on to 9. 9's low. 9's going to go down. He's out for 85 seconds. Madara's being kited, lassoed up, but he's healing up. That Satanic kicking in, dealing with the Phantasm Illusions. Pops rolling axes, though, thus the miss is coming with the blind effect. But the pullback in with the Reality Rift. They're sitting on top, and they collapse, and Troll's dead for 85 with no buyback. Phoenix just TPs. It's just nonstop. Both teams, I mean, that was looking so good for Vega. It thought it was going to be a great jump and everything, but they were a little more delayed than maybe expected. And Kaban's able to be there.
Yeah, I'm not even totally sure how these fights are being so swingy, because it seems like if you pick off the CK to start, even though he comes back in later, they were able to kill the Leshrak before CK was even back in the fight. But just running out of cooldowns, running out of mana, the egg no longer being available, used earlier on. And then CK is just one of those heroes that, like, as long as he's within the same realm of net worth of the other heroes, he's still able to just, like, completely, you know, one-shot or two-shot these heroes with the Reality Rift and his Phantasm.
This is, there's no way to feel good about either team winning this game with the way it continues to play out. Again, a 3,000 net worth lead for Vega, sure, but it's been, what, 5K at the most for either team, and it's just as if net worth doesn't even matter in a game like this as far as looking at it to gauge where the game's at, because it could absolutely be either team. And a third Roshan is a big part of that, too, which, again, we'll know shortly how fast of a spawn it's going to be, but there's a shrine kill from Bristleback at the top shrine at least happening. Just keep an eye on that Roshan timer, see how fast. Maybe it'll...
Yeah, and the BKB was completed for the CK, so we'll see whether it actually ends up paying off, maybe just to kill the egg. I'm not totally sure how he's planning on utilizing this item.
I think that's the biggest thing. It is a
Avoiding the
supernova.
blind as well, possibly from the troll.
But see that, yeah. But again, his illusions are still hit by it, so that's not even that good. I think it's just purely the supernova, really, and that's just how much of an issue. Again, Phoenix final pick. It clearly is something that the Radiant team is finding trouble dealing with. Roshan is a very long respawn, by the way. I can't check it, of course, but I assume it's more 2+ minutes, 2.5 minutes or so that we're looking at.
It's also the fact that they gave Pexu enough space to get the Midas online and get some farm. Because, I mean, without these big eggs, I think the fights go completely differently.
Yeah. Batrider, he's getting a little cozy up front. He's got the gem. You see the vision is lacking a bit by Vega Squadron. Perhaps thanks to the gem. Very defensive vision on their side. They check Roshan, but as we were just mentioning, it's a very long Roshan. Unfortunate because a double damage spawn there. And yeah, as being pointed out, CK, he'll have it for another 30 seconds, but Roshan will still be dead at this point.
The question is, what does CK go for next?
Does he go for the MKB? That's such a funky item on him, but maybe?
Looks like he's queued up the AC, so that's going to be his option to try and man fight the troll. I mean, I guess to some extent, like, because you have the illusions, you can still kind of man fight the troll just because you do so much more damage than him.
Yeah. It's a tough spot. And right now, Vega, they're in a flank. Oh, they scan this out. They got the smoke. They know people are here. We've seen this before, though. They've had a jump set up and a backfire. Oh, they're going blind. Madar's just walking uphill. Sees a courier, finds Cinderin, but can't really catch him. And now Phobos is like, yeah, fight me, please. Koopy's going in. They want to kill Cinderin so badly before a Will-O-Wisp, maybe just force out a bad one. But no, Lasso, Madara, yeah, gets pulled in. Will-O-Wisp put down on top of the Supernova. There's the BKB with the Satanic, though. Kite. That's the best thing they can do. Skinner running away, but he gets rid up, and Skinner's going to go down. No, the Yules lift up on the troll at the last second. The Glimmer Cape save as well. Chaos Knight, he's going to survive for the time being. Pexu just spamming that Sunray. They did kill Leshrac. He buys back immediately, though. Phobos in the midst of it. Obviously a much tougher kill with the Crimson Guard up. Skinner jumps back in with the Chaos Strike's done, but he has to run now. On the Chaos Bolt even. There's the Reality Rip pull, and he's just trying to help Kite away on the Batrider. The range attack's not going to be enough. The Glimmer Cape once again coming out. Madara, he doesn't have a Satanic or BKB this time. They're locking him down. They're kiting like a boss right here, but okay, it is going to be a kill. Yeah, the Reality Rift eventually finishes the job. Very well played by Kaban. They kited so well against the troll. That's all you can do. Pexu, he is going to TP out just barely, but they catch Coop, and now Tusk also falls. Roshan is up. Buyback on troll, but will it matter?
Wow, really, really excellent. Just playing around the troll. And you finally got the 4-stat you asked for. Cinderin has one on the Keeper of the Light. And that plus the Blinding Lights and the Glimmer Cape, I mean, Cinderin's carrying right now. He just kept Skeeter alive forever during that fight and allowed them to turn it around and kill Madara at the end.
Yeah, I mean, you go back to the beginning of the fight, though. Vega, he charged uphill blind.
Yeah.
Just was kind of running at them as, okay, that's a pickoff at the bottom lane. It was a very awkward, very forced engagement from Vega Squadron that clearly wasn't set up for the best outcome. So the odds again showing on your screen. Very, very similar as they've been throughout this whole game. Favoring Kaban, 1xbet.com. You can head over to playset odds. But you have some bigger and better items coming out now for this Radiant squad on top of the Refresher Shard, which last I saw Leshrac had it. So we'll see if he keeps that or not. I suppose it could be decent on him. Items, if anything.
Nah, you got to give that to the Coddle. Okay, right?
Yeah, probably. It's actually on Coddle now. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, no, with the Coddle. Double Will-O-Wisp, pretty good. Again, no longer does the staggering there, but you use one, it gets killed, wears off, or whatever, you use another one. That's still very powerful.
Yep.
We've seen the impact in this game as well. Or not an Orchid, but a Octarine Core is coming for Bristleback. That's that much tougher to kill.
Reducing the cooldown on the Crimson, the Hood, the Lotus, the Solar Crest. Lots of actives in addition to his regular abilities. Just makes him a little bit more tanky, harder for this Nature's Prophet and Troll to bring down.
Yeah, that's actually a good item being brought up in chat. Heaven's Halberd would actually be very good here as well for the Radiant team. Talk about this 4-1 strategy with the Troll and yet another tool that you could use.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if you disarm the Troll, then you're just relying on the Prophet for damage pretty much.
Yeah. No, it really is all Troll. And speaking of Prophet, we haven't been seeing that crazy split push, have we?
No, it's been more based around fighting. I mean, Kezu is pushing, but he's definitely being careful just because they are playing against a bat with boots of travel and a gem. So the bat rider is definitely making it a lot harder for him to play the game that he wants to play.
Yeah. Man, with the Octarine Core, he also just got his 15% spell lifesteal talent on Bristleback, so cooldown reduction, talk about just constantly healing himself. Like, you're not killing this Bristleback anymore. Like, do not focus him. You have to absolutely avoid him in fights. It's just wasted effort.
Yeah, even with the Silver Edge, that's still a pretty tough kill.
What's the 25 on Leshrac, by the way? Which one did he get? I think it's like the Lightning Storm or the CD on...
He went for the plus 40 Diabolic Edict.
Edict, okay.
Melt buildings if they ever are able to get to Vega's base.
Yeah, that's actually a funny point you make. They've been fighting outside of the base for most of this game. There really has been very little engagement to the bases themselves. So obviously one tier 3 tower kill on either side.
Yeah, both teams, as you were mentioning, pretty much just been fighting in the middle of the map.
Oof, Troll, double damage. He's got a Chrysalis. Daedalus, he could finish one, but he wants buyback at this point. Okay. This is when he's able to sit on top of them, just do as much damage as possible. Those little auto attacks he's able to get in because of the heavy kite.
Yeah, and Kaban smoking towards Vega. Troll still with the DD.
And you see, we're looking at their vision right here. They don't necessarily know where Vega's at. They haven't seen them yet. They're pinging out, and they would be correct up north, but I don't think they're going to go in that area.
Yeah, Vega counter smokes.
Oh. 45-minute bounty runes. So both teams in that area, but they're not going to engage. Very close call. Octarine Core for Bristle, again, just about finished. Needs the final component there as Casey just sprouted himself from the bounty. It's like he's
just checking for, he doesn't want to get ganked here.
Yeah.
He's definitely playing very scared because of this Bat Rider initiation potential.
He went the teleportation cooldown, right? At 25.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't really see any merit for going anything other than that. Yeah. It's just too good.
Yeah, the mobility you get in this point of the game is pretty insane. He had the Bloodthorn, as we saw there, too. Again, we've seen a Silver Edge for a while, but maybe we just haven't been noticing it, but we have not been seeing many breaks on heroes like Bristleback. I can't recall a lot of them, at least. Yes, here's that push.
Yeah. You know, he does need to be very careful with his positioning. If CK is able to get on top of Nature's Prophet, he just explodes.
Yeah, I'm hearing a theme from you, is that this is just a very dangerous game for Nature's Prophet. You can quickly die.
Yep.
So,
I mean, but, you know, that's to be expected, right? You've first picked the hero. It's going to get countered.
Yeah. Leshrac with his own BKB. Scythe is going to be next in line for him. So they let the Aegis just be taken away. They still have Cheese and the Refresher Shard, though, on the side of Kaban. I think they still have Cheese, at least.
I believe it's on CK.
Okay.
It was on CK. I'm not sure where it is
Leshrac
now.
has it.
Okay. But yeah, we're getting to that point where every single person in the game is going to have buyback, and we're probably going to see some massive, 10 buyback fight around Roche potentially here in the next few minutes. But until then, both teams pretty content to just kind of poke to the other side of the map, but mostly stick to theirs. Push out the waves and just try and accumulate this final couple of items that maybe will take them over the edge.
Yeah.
To victory.
Well, levels is important too. We're seeing more and more. In fact, 4 to the 5 heroes are 25 on Kaban.
Yep.
So they're going to get maximum efficiency there. In fact, Coddle just hit his, and I saw that Will-O-Wisp flicker +2. So that with the refresher shard that he has, that's a very significant one. That's happening.
Yeah, full on team fight, and the CK did go for the GPM talent as well, and then -2 second Chaos Strike cooldown, so doubling the amount of crits that he's going to have.
Yeah, that makes it a 2-second cooldown, right? That's crazy.
Yep.
Holy crap, I didn't even realize that was a 25 talent.
That's so much lifesteal.
Oh, mid-wars. Maybe we'll see an engagement here. They're both very aware that they're there. It's just a matter of somebody blinking in first, and of course neither team does. So Roshan, it's going to be a little bit quicker of a Roshan. I want to say about a minute or so this time around. But we saw what happened with the last Roshan. It happened and then not much from it. I guess getting more cheese and shards is always good, though.
Lotus Orb picked up on Nature's Prophet. So Kezu feeling a little bit more confident to split push in vision.
Batrider does have a 4-staff. Thank God.
So that's 2 for them now. Yep. And the AC is completed on CK as well.
Nice cinematic view of the map here while we're in the pause. Again, this is our first of 3 best-of-3, so this being game 3, of course, no matter what. Wrapping up this one. Single elimination tournament. Pavaga versus Namiga will be our next match. And then Team Empire versus Pango will be the final one of the day, as far as our coverage goes. So, solid plethora of games to come here for our WePlay Tug of War Radiant Edition coverage. As we're now back in, Basher picked up on Troll. Still so odd seeing that nowadays, but it is good.
That's really good. Goes back to the days when you could do that in Dota 1, where you had the bash and you could buy Basher. Same with Void. Just permanently bash people. Pretty
Yikes.
silly.
Yeah, he needs that, though. We saw on the... It seemed like it was like 15 minutes ago now, but the fight that happened near the top lane, they just kited him so well. So yeah, that and an Abyssal Blade especially will be nice for Troll to have, but for now just continues to go for the bounty runes, 2 for 2. Again, Roshan is up.
Dire are scanning.
And there's going to be a scan from Vega, thinking that it might be happening, but not yet as we see. Instead, just both teams in the area. That Octarine core finished on Bristle. Yeah, Bristle can feel very comfortable here. Just constantly going out.
Yeah, both teams are just always getting so close to each other, but no all-out engagement yet.
Dar's just sitting there. All right, snot me. Go ahead. All right, Chaos Knight's in the Roshan pit, by the way. He's soloing it. They saw him for a glimpse there where you can see their vision.
2-second cooldown.
Yeah, they're not going to commit, though. Again, you want to be careful chasing after this Bristle.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Dara's just running in again. He's very far in front.
Yeah, he's like hurting himself more than helping. Batrider, oh, he missed the lasso. He went for the jump. He gets sheeped up, though, and he has to get a 4-staff away at the last second. Gets a Yol, so he's fine for now. We'll see if he lives in the end. It doesn't look like it. Will-O-Wisp put down, but Kazu's just focusing it. They're going to kill it off. They kill the Skitter.
Down.
He buys back. Okay, they did not kill the Will-O-Wisp, but they got the CK. both buybacks, though, and now it's a chance for the Radiant response. 9, though, he's locked down in the midst of it. Eats the cheese at the last second, pops to BKB. The second Will-O-Wisp does come out, and now it's a time for turn 4. Kaban, Madara, can he get the battle trance off? He already used it, actually. He's being locked down pretty heavily right here. Pop Satanic. No, it's not going to be enough. Lotus Orb helping, but he can't hit anything. He goes down. Double kill for 9 in the midst of it. Tusk falls, too. And the Radiant is turning. Yeah, come on, fighting back. Buyback's worth it. Pixu.
I thought for sure Skitter died after using Phantasm. He had nothing. He just got destroyed by Madara, but that buyback...
Well, look at Leshrek's damage, though. It's insane. When they're so clumped up like that.
It's ridiculous.
He ate the cheese.
Too.
Yeah, the cheese is what really made the difference. He actually almost did die himself, but popped the cheese and started to turn some more, and obviously Bristleback spamming through it. Oh, the steal! No, nobody's picked up the Aegis yet! Finally gets snatched up by Skitter, so technically the Dire team got the kill. No, the Radiant got the kill. Never mind. And it was picked up by Skitter in the end. It took like 3 or 4 seconds, it felt like. But Chaos Knight is able to equip it. Tusk with a dieback. And this is going to be a 5 versus 4 push with all the Roshan essentials.
Yep, and Phantasm is back up because it was used so early in that previous fight. It's going to be a very tough hold for Vega. And this Leshrac, I mean, like you said, his damage output is insane.
Yeah,
but he's not even there. He's in the top lane. And his team is still pushing.
Well, Leshrac's here.
All right, and Keizu, he's going for the split push play.
Yeah, he's going for the split push.
As soon as Lesh TP'd in, Keizu TP'd.
Somebody's TPing back. That's Bat Rider for now. So they get the tier 3. Yeah, this is where that Nature's Prophet's going to be an impact. The sheep and the TP out. Well played by Keizu. And that's all Nature's Prophet. It's 5 versus 4 push with the Roshan tools, and they were only able to get a tier 3 tower.
Yeah, I mean, what are you going to do? He can be in 2 places at once, pretty much. He's just got the no cooldown on the teleport, and he can force somebody like Bat to leave and put Kaban in a really difficult situation.
It's going to be in his hands. I mean, Nature's Prophet is going to be the reason that Vega Squadron is able to win this game. Because of that reason right there. In bottom lane, 9. He's in trouble.
Yeah. He is going to get ganked here.
Is that a dieback? I think it is. No, he did not buy back earlier. Okay. So he still has it.
1,000 gold for the kill.
Wow, yeah. Damn, we'll take it. He had Refresher Orb, by the way, on Leshrac. Decides to go for. Why that over an Octarine Core? I guess it is really the BKB, you think?
Yep.
It's an expensive item for double BKB.
Double BKB, double Shiva's Guard. Does it refresh the Bloodstone as well?
That's a good question, actually. I honestly, I'd never thought about that.
I'll check that out in between games, but if that's the case, then yeah, that's really powerful.
That's a long cooldown to refresh. Wow. Phoenix just got his own refresher orb. That makes a lot of sense. Double Midas.
Yeah, I'd almost like to see him picking up an Eggs, to be honest. I feel like he could, save whoever gets gone on by CK pretty easily.
Another tool to help the troll, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Although I don't know if that's the troll's issue. It's more of like troll needs to just be able to stay on top of people more than anything.
Yeah, I feel like we say this every time that we cast a troll game together, but like as farmed as this hero is and as easily as he's killing people, he just sucks. Like he just really doesn't feel like he has quite the impact that you'd want out of a hero with this high net worth.
He's very reliant on his teammate support. He's a carry that needs that support to kick in and lock people down in place for him to just beat them down. He doesn't have that extra mobility like a Phantom Assassin, blinking and whatever.
Yeah, and as soon as the BKB is over, the Will-O-Wisp is just completely destroying him.
Ooh, this is close. Oh, they catch Madara. They see him, but they're not going to go.
Yeah, they didn't have Leshrac there. He was TPing back to base at the time.
pushing out mid. Double damage rune. They ping it out. Gonna save it for, well, ideally CK. Where is he? Here he is.
Oh, they have eyes on Lesh. Or on Magnus.
That's Magnus. DM. He dead. Has buyback.
Phantasm committed. They don't have any creeps.
And there's no Roshan coming. Yeah, so I don't know if Kaban... man, we're almost an hour into this game, and neither team is comfortable, even with hero picks, to push the base. We keep having these fights that take place outside of base, and like we eventually have these huge clashes, but the buybacks are ready by the time in between. So it's just a rinse and repeat here, it seems like.
Yeah, speaking of buyback status, Troll, Nature's Prophet, Phoenix, Tusk, all 2 minutes and 30 seconds away, and then CK and Bat are both 1 minute and 45 seconds away. Everybody else has buyback. But like you said, this does feel like it is pretty heavily on Kez's shoulders to kind of open this game up through the split push, through abusing that no cooldown teleport.
Yep. Oh yeah, 100% on him. Magnus does have the cheese, by the way. Okay, so Magnus actually did steal the cheese from that previous engagement. Who is the shard? Was the shard used? I don't see the shard on anyone.
Yeah, I don't either.
Because there were, I know the first shard was used by Coddle. We saw the double Will-O-Wisp, but there should have been a second one. So either it was used or I guess it was that in the previous fight. But I have to look back. Leshrac, he's got 9,300 gold. Why not? We're going to start seeing that.
Here? He's going for an Octarine core, it looks like. Finishes it up here in just a couple seconds. I guess, yeah, to replace a refresher orb makes sense.
On who, Leshrac?
Yeah.
He just got that.
Well, I mean, not fully replaced, but the refresher orb just becomes like a backpack item.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, maybe that. Is what is our 25? Is Batrider 25? He is. He was the last one, so everyone should be 25 on Kaban's side. I think the Dire still has a couple that are waiting.
Flame break cooldown for the bat brings it down to 3.4 seconds.
Jeez.
And Coop is still only level 19, so feels bad.
Ouch.
He went for the 90 GPM talent instead of the 40 EXP, so he's still just hanging out. As far as his talents go, though, I mean, Snowball Speed is, I guess, okay. The Shard's cooldown is the only thing that is relatively useful at 25, but it seems like a pretty mediocre 25 talent, to be honest.
Yeah. All right. As they were pushing the top lane, but 10 more seconds, pretty much all the buybacks will be ready for Vega Squadron.
Yep.
So they decide to fall back. Not worth it. And yet again, we're probably going to find ourselves waiting for another Roshan. This would be the 5th one. This is just one of these games that you just never really know how it's going to end.
I mean, it's one of those games that you don't know how it's going to end, but it's going to end within the space of like 30 seconds.
Like suddenly, yeah. We're sitting here for 20, 25 minutes of just constant stall, and all of a sudden, boom, it's over.
One fight and it's over, for sure.
A double damage rune helps. It was just picked up by Chaos Knight again. Maybe they can find an engagement, although Snowball out here going off. I think, yeah, they caught somebody just south. Let's go camera. There we go. Cube. That's the RP, though. On at 3, the Empower with the cleave. Oh, my gosh. Batrider. CK, can he get this fit? No, he's just dead. He melts throughout the midst of it. They both buy back immediately, though. 9, he's being lifted up in the air with a Walrus Punch. The BKB, that's stun for the Supernova, I believe it was. But no, he's good to go. They could not damage him enough. The Sprout kind of blocking, but never mind. Kizu eventually gets the auto attacks in there for the kill. So Leshrac staying there for the time being. But Magnus, he is killed. Both do have buybacks. Phobos Popping his BKB and just kind of standing there for the time being. Batrider comes back in. Buybacks on everyone, so nobody dead currently. Never mind. Tusk is dead. Never mind. He comes right back. Batrider, he's staying dead, though, for 2 minutes with no buyback. Kizu gets pulled in with the Reouter Rift. He gets taken off as well, but again, the buybacks continue to take place here. Madara, he's pulled in. He's probably going to fall in. He's going to buy back, I'm sure, as well. Not just yet, but you got to think it's maybe coming. As Coop, that's a dieback, right? Yeah, he's out for 100 seconds, actually. So there's that fight we were talking about. Both sides, they use nearly every buyback, it feels like. Hey, take a look there. I guess Troll did not, and he's still holding on his. Oh, that's a big one.
Every time Skitter uses Phantasm, it seems completely useless. Like, he gets Madara down to half HP, and then he just gets kited and blown up. And then he buys back and comes back into these fights without Phantasm, and they end up turning them around. At this point, do you even just use Phantasm ever? Like, you might as well just use it, save it to push. You don't seem to need it to win these fights.
It's, again, with both having a dieback hero right now, it's just regroup, and I guess Roshan, that's what the Radiant team will do. Kaban. Ags again on Bristleback, as we see there, too. So, back-to-back games, get an Ags Bristleback. AoE Snot.
0.78 second cooldown on Goo.
He has an Arcanery, doesn't he?
Oh my god.
Spam it pretty fast. Alright, so Refresher Shard given a Leshrac with the Refresher Orb. So the point is being brought up is the Edict. Just spamming Edict as you push. And having multiple edicts up, so I guess that could be a logic too that Leshrac's going for. Speaking of the lack of overall tower damage that they're dealing with.
Yeah, I mean, a Refresher or Edict will just take a lane of Rax instantly, pretty much.
I still think the Shard on Coddle is arguably better, but from what I saw last, it was on Leshrac. But there, we finally see a Rax going down.
Just the range Rax.
Just the range, but it's a Rax.
Yep, Kazu picked up a Desolator. He's definitely looking to be able to rat more and more. Has the tier 3 tower in the bottom lane down to like 1 hit. And he did take the tier 3 in the top as well. So all the Rax are pretty much exposed on the Radiant side if there is an opportunity for this Nature's Prophet to sneak his way into the base. This is definitely one of those white knuckle games.
Yeah.
One mistake is gonna be the end.
Well, I thought that might have been it, but again, it's unless one of these fights happens where we're in that window of no buyback, I don't know. This game's just gonna get. Oh, here we go. Madara? No, but he gets out of it. They go for the turn on a Batrider. And now they're going for Skitter. You know what that was? Is that his Battle Trance Dispel, by the way? They would have popped that and get out. Yeah, he just immediately got out of the lasso. That's pretty important.
That's a good talent.
Phobos, he's trying to run. Shiva's pop. RP, solo 1 and 9 in the backlist. Madara's going straight for him with the beeline. Glimmer King comes out, though, so it's going to help him a little bit. Pops his BKB. Will it be enough? Madara, the Will-O-Wisp lockdown. They're not killing it. It's going to continue to do its thing. Coop's also pulled in. The Skewer back in on Sinner and pulls him in, but he's already kind of done his job. In fact, he's going to survive for the time being. The Leshrac damage as well as the Splitters connects as well. They take out Tusk. DM's going to fall on top of this, and now Madara's in trouble. Is this finally it? Kaban is going to kill 3. Troll still has his buyback. He did not use this earlier. But they do have Magnus and Tusk staying dead currently.
This Leshrac is insane. Again, that was just another completely useless Phantasm from Skitter, and it's just Leshrac just carrying every single one of these fights. As soon as Madara's BKB is over, he just can't do anything.
And he's going to push this bottom lane in with the rest of his team. You see Kazu's top, but the creep wave is just too far pushed back. He's pushing it in the best that he can, but these towers are going to start melting. 9. As soon as that Edict comes up, yes, there you go. There's one use at least. Madara, he's dealing with Skitter, gets him locked down. The Supernova hitting as well. Skitter might actually fall here. The Aegis pop but they've cleaned out plenty of the racks. Both the mid and the bottom are gone. Sinner in the Ghost Scepter keeps him alive a little bit longer, but eventually falls. He buys back, though. They want to finish this right here, right now. He can't blame them. Skinner, though, he might be dying after the Aegis proc, or the Resurrection even. No, he gets out of range at the last second. Batrider holding him in place, but now Batrider's in trouble, too. But again, the Ghost Scepter, they just kite like crazy. But Dara can't do a damn thing. Finally, he's staying dead, and that'll officially do it, as the team is dead around him as well. GG's called. Kaban is advancing on to the second round. Vega Squadron's knocked out here.
Radiant's top barracks are under attack.
What a game.
Nearly 70-minute game 3 after just a back-and-forth series. I mean, this series, it was just that, the whole series. Just nonstop.
Yeah, and that was a no bigger than like 3K net worth lead for other team for 55 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, just looking at the graph after the fact, the net worth lead portion of it's crazy. I mean, the win percentage was bouncing back and forth consistently. It was favoring Kaban for most of the later game. Just a matter of being able to close it out, and they eventually do in the end. Geez, that was a hell of a game, though. 66 minutes or so. What took place, and Kaban victorious. So they move on. They're going to be playing in the next round Ninjas in Pajamas. They get to play NIP in the semifinals. So,
all right,
congrats.
Should be a good one too.
Yeah, that'll be later on this week, of course, but at least feeling good about advancing on for now. Like I said, this is a straight to the point tournament, single elimination. So Vega Squadron, they are knocked out officially of the WePlay Tug of War Radiant Edition at this point. But we are going to take that break because we do have another series now, our second of 3, as our next one will be Pavaga taking on Namiga. It should be an interesting one, you know, not maybe as known teams. We'll talk about the rosters and everything after the break, though. Plenty of time to do so. So our second best of 3 coming up next. Stay tuned, guys. This is the Tug of War Radiant Edition WePlay tournament. I'm Breaky CPK, joined by Elevated. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.